Oh my gosh, I can't believe the NFL season's already over. In this video, I'm going to be recapping the Super Bowl that just happened on Sunday. I'm going to be talking about the two new head coaching hires that just happened. And I'm also going to be going over the big trade that happened between the Lions and the Rams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl 31-9. The Buccaneers defense held them to 0 touchdowns, and Tom Brady threw for 3 touchdowns, 2 to Rob Gronkowski and 1 to Antonio Brown, and ended up winning the Super Bowl MVP. I just want to give props to Tom Brady on winning the Super Bowl. He again proved to everybody that he's the GOAT, he's the best of all time, and everybody should just respect him at this point. Like, they can hate Brady all they want, but they need to respect him. At the end of the day, he's a really good quarterback, and he's proved to everybody he's a winner. I'm really lucky to have seen him play in my lifetime, and I hope next year he can maybe repeat with the Buccaneers. But yeah, I think just going out and proving to everybody that it wasn't Belichick who really orchestrated that dynasty that he was involved in, but it was really Brady who was the one that proved to everyone that he was the proven winner and he was the guy that really won all those Super Bowl championships for them. The Philadelphia Eagles hired new head coach Nick Sirianni, who was the Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator. I think the Eagles hiring Nick Sirianni was a good thing. I know most people will say that, oh, you still have Eric Bieniemy, and you have Todd Bowles, who just came off winning a Super Bowl. Like, you have those two guys, but I think Nick Sirianni honestly, I think he's a better coach than all of them, because Nick Sirianni has coached for both Phillip Rivers, Andrew Luck. Given those years of experience of coaching those two guys, I think him, whether that be coaching up Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz, I think just coaching those two guys and running a good system for the Eagles will really make them successful. I still think the Eagles themselves have a long way to go. Their defense is still lacking a little bit of pass rushers, and their secondary is not as good, even with the signing of Darius Slay. But I think Nick Sirianni coaching that Eagles offense will really help them out and will really give them a point of direction on how they want to run their offense. The Houston Texans hired new head coach David Culley, who is the wide receivers and assistant head coach with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't really know too much about David Culley. I think he has a really good resume after just briefly looking at it. But the Texans themselves, their organization, they need to find a new direction too, and just trying to figure out what they want to do, because it makes no sense. Like basically Coach Bill O'Brien just destroyed the Texans. There's nothing left of the Texans that they have. They have like 0 draft picks. They have like no superstars on their team. Their star quarterback Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston. David Culley just has a lot of work ahead of him, and he needs to figure out how he wants to run his team and who's going to play quarterback for them. The Rams acquired quarterback Matthew Stafford from the Lions for quarterback Jared Goff, 2 future first-round picks, and a third-round pick from this year's draft. I think this trade overall was really good for both sides, because the Rams are finally getting a really good franchise quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who also is from the LA area and growing up and being best friends with Clayton Kershaw, so that's pretty cool. But him coming back home to play for the Rams is really good for both Matthew Stafford and the Rams, because just having a good quarterback and not a system quarterback like Jared Goff with a really strong arm will really help them win more games, and won't put the burden of them won't put the burden of the game on the line on their running back Cam Akers. They'll finally have a quarterback in Matthew Stafford where he can just kind of throw the ball around the field, whether that be to Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, or Tyler Higbee. So I think that was a really good trade for the Rams on their part, finally getting a key franchise quarterback in Matthew Stafford. On the Lions side of the ball, I think the Lions also won this trade too because they get Jared Goff, who's an okay quarterback. He really needed help. He really needs help just playing the quarterback position. He needs to learn how to read defensive coverages, and he needs to really build up his arm. And he was kind of injured the last year, so he just really needs to figure out what kind of quarterback he wants to be, whether that be more of a system quarterback when he was with the Rams, or being a quarterback who can just really read coverages. The Lions also won this trade too because they also, with Jared Goff, got 2 future first-round picks. And on the Lions, they don't really have as many superstars around the league, especially in their division with the Packers and the Vikings and the Bears. So the Lions getting those 2 first-round picks will really help their team a lot in the future. And even with having just a third-round, even with having a third-round pick in this year's draft will help them a lot as well. So I think the trade for both sides, the Rams and the Lions, were a win-win for both. I hope Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff prove to their old organizations that passing up on both of them were a huge mistake. I also hope that each of these quarterbacks have a successful career going forward. A last bit of information that I want to talk to you guys about is Drew Brees. So he ended up not retiring. He ended up just restructuring his contract with the Saints, coming back for another year. I'm really happy for Drew Brees on not retiring the way that he did, from losing that last game against the Buccaneers. I hope that he comes back this next year, and I hope the Saints really go deep in the playoffs and maybe even win a Super Bowl for him. So I'm really happy for Drew Brees coming back, and hopefully the Saints will build a team around him that will actually do really well in the playoffs. I would also like to congratulate all the award winners of the past NFL season too. I want to congratulate Justin Herbert on winning Rookie of the Year, Chase Young on winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. I want to congratulate Aaron Donald for winning Defensive Player of the Year, even though I think TJ Watt should have won it. I also want to congratulate Derrick Henry on winning Offensive Player of the Year. I also want to take the time to congratulate Aaron Rodgers, who was this year's MVP of the NFL season. I also want to take this time to also give my condolences to the Schottenheimer family. Marty Schottenheimer passed away, and I'm really sad that he passed away and went through Alzheimer's the way that he did. He was a really good coach for the Chargers. He gave the Chargers their best team record. He took them all the way to the AFC Championship game, and they should have went on and played in the Super Bowl. So I want to just give my condolences again to the Schottenheimer family, and I want to thank Marty Schottenheimer for all the wonderful things that he's done to the game of football. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there's some more NFL offseason news coming up in the incoming weeks. I'll see you guys in the next vid.